Aloha! Hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Well, today is January the 9th. And so the 9 is a number that we look for rebirth, right? Because it's like the embryo. It's sitting over there, it's ready to get developed. And so today is a day that I want to really get down into what I was talking about that's been happening since 2017. And if you just kind of think back from 2017 till now, and write down, this is so important when we go on a walk or go out in the outside, the garden or place that we need to really take our time to analyze our life. Because we as human I always say, are creatures of bad habit. And some of our bad habit turns from a good habit, like helping people out. People's always counting on you to, whether it's your kids, your parents, your pet, your friends, your job. And that will always continue. But your engine needs to step back once a day. It's like our vehicle, right? We can keep on going and going and going without no period of time to rest. And so, people say, oh, well, that's the time you have to do it in the nighttime, or this is when. Everyone's time schedule is different, and I'm so fortunate that in the last 5 years, when I was living in Los Angeles, I was able to travel a lot around the world and learn about different stories, cultures, food, and so, for me is I go there with no conscious, I was in India and I see the prawns cooking out there on the street, and I was like, oh, am I going to get a sore stomach looking at that? But they have a way of cleaning them, because it is on how we get our produce versus on how some of these other countries get their produce. It's really different. And so you learn certain method and certain ways to cook, to prepare, to analyze your intake in your body, and how to, because we're at an age, some of us, is where we get fatty liver because we don't drain out our gut, our system, and I did a good video on that the other day on spare ribs, and I boiled it with lemon, any kind of citrus, which I use from because I always drink honey lemon tea in the evening, because I used to drink too much tea, and so I couldn't go to sleep. And so, these kind of things that we need to modify in how we need to, because we do need to rest our engine. We can keep on going, and keep on going, but you're never going to be productive if you don't take the time to step back, to enjoy the moment of peaceful communication. Because then, a lot of us who are overachievers, I have a lot of clients who are, believe me, crazy overachievers, and it's like, stop, and they don't think. And it's funny because when you look at an overachiever's mouth, the color of it is different. And because they're not getting enough fresh oxygen into their body. And that's another whole different segment, that how certain things that we do. That's why I do Bikram hot yoga, because it works. Believe me, I got in 2 car accidents, and that's another story. And so for my Cocojor channel, whether you go to cocojorchannel.com, which is my website, and because of all these things that's happening, open, close, open, this and that, and I think it's best that, we do things with cautious. And that's where our part in January is, like I said in my other video, is about cleaning and organizing and putting together, because sometimes when we just say, oh, happy, excuse me, happy new year. Oh, it's time for my work on my new year resolution, or do my challenges, or do this or do that, and it's great to do all of that, but organize it into a way that it will work with your schedule. Challenges are great. I did my last year, I had my EPL courses, which I do 30-day of challenge, and we go through a whole life lessons of finding ourselves. And I have so much great people that joined me last year. Well, it all started back when I was living in Los Angeles, because I would meet people and they're like, oh, it's interesting in what you do. So anyway, so I started that EPL course, which is Eat, Pray, and Love. And so that course is filled with so much day-to-day things that we need to clear out, to enjoy what we eat, to pray and learn how to meditate. Even if you're not, walking or you're in a busy mall, or you're doing things that, it's exhausting because you need that fresh of breath air. So whether you are hanging your laundry, doing your garden, or even going picking up the mail, it's about that moment of peaceful communication when you let go. That breath of fresh air, when you let go, you are starting to move that toxin out. And so that's going to be part of our EPL program, where you're going to start to recognize these tools, these elements like the air and how we breathe, how we look at the moon cycle, and how to achieve the best results. It's there. And so I'm going to break it down to many different courses, but if I just go and keep on talking about it, because there's so much subject that I have, and so we're all going to be organizing it into our Cocojor channel. So you'll be able to go in there in our library and say, okay, today I want to do yogatation. And certain yogatation moves, because we're going to do 10 different moves or 10 different tools, so you can learn at your own comfort, time, wherever you are. And so that library of yogatation will take you in my dojo or places like this, so you can join me, whether it's live and you can just press the button and join me, or you can do it at your own time, at your own space, just so you can understand these wonderful tools that I've been using. And so don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube and follow this link to be part of the notification, my newsletter, so you can join us for our different time, because last year I did have time, and all the other years I made it where we have night courses. Some of my friends out in LA, California, their time, 9:00 p.m., which is great for me. And so they do it right before they go to bed when they're downtime. And so, I will I will work with all different kind of time zone, but you can always refer it back into our library. So you can get it 24/7, 7 days a week, or you can say, okay, how am I supposed to do that gardening tip? Or how am I supposed to do that cooking tip? Or how am I supposed to do something's going on with my dog tip? And so a lot of different libraries in our Cocojor channel, so you stay tuned, and we'll continue what's coming up. You know, because I'm organizing all of my notes to let everyone know about this quantum leap and how we are going to go into this period in the next 3 years, 2022, 2023, and entering 2024, where it's going to be a huge amount of change. And so the next 2 years is going to go really quick. And so that's why I'm going to be offering mini course, because this is going to be 3 years plus how we're going to map it out to find our way around. So you stay tuned. I can't wait to share with you all these wonderful tools that I've literally traveled for the past 30 plus years around the world. And you know, the thing is, I always remember is that money can come and go, but all these little steps that we stumble through life, whether it's good or bad, there's always a reason for that season that you can keep it for a lifetime. So you take care, stay tuned. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube and check out cocojorchannel.com. There you can go and click in to be part of our newsletter. And most of all, you take care, have a wonderful health, because health is the new wealth, and aloha.